So we're moving on to the moon in the series in the 12th house and its downfalls. This is for those who have the moon natally in your birth chart in the 12th house. Your zodiac sign is going to characterize and really paint a different picture of how you deal with that house and the ruling planet for that house as well. So my name is Tracy Leela with soul2soul.ca. I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel, to like the video, turn on your notifications, and please know that your support and engagement on my channel really does help my channel to grow. And in its growth, I help reach more people who are seeking some guidance and healing. And so with the 12th house moon, I have this in my birth chart. I'm very familiar with this energy. And the main downfall is trying to figure out your emotions because it's not all your own. Without getting too much into the spiritual gifts, but just to express how it's not all your own is because a 12th house moon really is the greatest empath. You're sensitive. So you're picking up energy from the physical world, you're picking up energy from the spiritual world, and you're having to understand what's your own energy as well. So there's this like triad going on of emotion, and it's a lot for a 12th house moon to process. But that also depends on many other factors in your chart. It depends on if you have other planets within the 12th house. It depends on the aspects that you have from your 12th house to other planets, especially Mercury, in connection to how you're processing mentally the emotions, where your sun is. Are you conscious of it? And so with this triad, there's a lot going on within a 12th house moon that they need to move in and retreat and have solitude and almost detox from their environment, because when the 12th house moon goes out in public, they're not only feeling other people and their energy, they're feeling energy of places, because certain places and locations also hold its own energy. They're picking up the energy from animals, from the elements out in nature, wind, air, earth, fire. They're picking up the energy from things. Anything that's a dense physical object, everything holds energy. And so in their daily life as a 12th house moon, you're feeling it all. You're feeling it all. And so oftentimes a 12th house moon a person can feel uncomfortable in social settings, right? There can be this sense of feeling a little bit awkward and not understanding like kind of why, right? Like, why am I feeling like this? Why am I so uncomfortable around people or around certain situations or around in certain events or among certain crowds? You know, there's certain things that might trigger anxiety to actually go out into the world, which is a slippery slope in the 12th house. Excuse me. And so it's very important to understand and differentiate what's me, what's my emotions, what's others that I have to know that it's not mine and I can release, and what is spiritual. So this is the other aspect of what a 12th house moon is feeling, because you're in the 12th house of spirituality. The 12th house is about the collective unconscious. It's deeply connected with spirit. And so you're not only feeling the outside world and your own emotions, but you're feeling intuitively what's going on in that Pisces, Neptune, spiritual, collective unconscious, metaphysical world that is real and exists, and you're feeling that. So you might feel, like as a medium, it's the 12th house. So I feel spirit on such a deep, emotional level and experience that I can't even put words to, and I almost do not even wish it upon anybody because it's very hard to hold, it's hard to contain, it's hard to understand. Now I don't want to toss this up as just a 12th house moon, because It depends on what other planets you have there. I've got my sun, my moon, my Venus, and my Mercury. So I'm bombarded and basically live in both worlds. And so when you're a moon, you take on a spiritual gift, and that's an empath. And we'll get a little bit more into that in the spiritual gifts video, but it's important to understand that you are connected intuitively, spiritually, to a spiritual and metaphysical world that is real, and it exists, and it's part of those emotions that you're feeling. So it's not all just you. And this can be a hard thing to process for a person who has a 12th house moon. And it can lead you into addiction. And this is the other downfall, because the 12th house is about addiction as well. The 12th house will have you fall. And with a moon there, we have to be very conscious of alcoholism. We have to be very, very conscious of any other substance that you're latching onto in order to cope with the emotions, the overwhelm of emotions, because you're so sensitive and you're so exposed to all this energy that it's like you're trying to find something to cope, to deal with it all. It's hard. It's suffering. It's unless you are a 12th house moon, you don't really understand the depths of the suffering that a moon emotionally will feel, because you're so connected and it's so overwhelming, and you literally need to go and detox. You need your solitude to be alone. It's healthy for a 12th house person. It's required because you're so exposed. And so I'll just use for an example, before I finish this video, myself and my own addiction, because I'm here to be transparent. I'm here to be real. Cigarettes is a huge challenge for me. And I've now been, at this point in time and recording this video, I'm about 7-8 months without smoking. But I am 48 going on 49 in a few months. And I started smoking at 15 years old. And I started, actually 13 is when I tried my first cigarette. 15 is when I was like full time, just like a pack a day. And I remember that first cigarette I had. And I remember the comfort I experienced in it, calming what I was experiencing within, the emotion. That I just took it, and that first drag was like, oh. And that is the attachment that I have to the addiction of cigarettes as a 12th house moon. It's associated, and I'm aware of it through my healing, and I've had to work really hard to quit smoking. And I will tell you that every day I crave it, and every day I wish I could have a cigarette. But I mean, we have to think logically. It's not healthy for us, and I've got children, so you know, you want to be of the greatest health and really care about your temple. And this is why healing is so important, because if you're not healing in the 12th house, the addiction can fall down where you just don't care about your temple, and it can be detrimental. So these are the downfalls of a 12th house moon. And in the next video that I'm going to be posting, I believe next week, I'll be talking about mastering these emotions, the healing process of going into mastery. Until next time.